Howdy folks, this is Brian Eggleton. I am the boot service and technical coach for the Sun Valley Ski Education Foundation Alpine Skiing Program. In this video, I'm going to provide a brief overview of the entire ski tuning process. I think this is a concept that sometimes can get lost in translation just because it's kind of a big thing. It's a big concept, there's a lot to it. But it can be broken down relatively easily, and we intend to do that in this video series to make all of the pieces easier to understand and implement. So what is the ski tuning process? The ski tuning process is the overall system of best practices that can be instituted over the course of a season to get a set of skis to operating at the performance level that an athlete expects, but then also to maintain that for the rest of the season. And then also, why is the ski tuning process important for athlete performance throughout the year? So the first reason that the ski tuning process is important is that we want to start the season with gear where we know that it is appropriately baselined and that it is set up in a manner that sets an athlete up for success on snow. The next reason that the ski tuning process is important is that throughout the course of the season, a set of skis, the performance of that set of skis erodes. And this is just through general wear and tear and use. There's very little we can do to avoid some of the in-season maintenance needs that every pair of skis runs into. And a final reason that the ski tuning process is important is that throughout the season, as the ski performance is eroding through use, athletes are also adding additional levels of performance capability and confidence on snow, as well as familiarity with being on their skis. It's just the nature of the season. Athletes ski best typically at the end of the year. So if we have an increasing line of athlete performance throughout the year, while the skis, if not maintained properly or well, or with a process, deteriorate throughout the year, well, it doesn't really set an athlete up for a lot of success towards the end of the season. So the ski tuning process has three big components, and we're creating a lot of videos for each of these steps that will be broken down into small parts. But just to give you a quick overview, those three large parts of the ski tuning process is the first step is the initial preparation of a ski at the beginning of the season, which could include the baselining of the setup. The second part of the system is the daily or weekly or monthly home service on the skis to keep edges sharp and the bases waxed of the skis so that we're retaining as much performance as we can during the season. And then the third part of the ski tuning process are the components that are really hard to do at home. These are things that require specialized tools that are typically found only in ski shops. So before you dive into the rest of the segmented videos on each of these parts of the ski tuning process, there are a couple of final notes on the ski tuning process that are helpful to consider for athletes and families. The first is that in ski racing there are a lot of variables to athlete performance that are extremely challenging to control. Equipment setup is a controllable variable. This is fairly straightforward. Skis are flat, edges are sharp, wax is on them, bindings are in the correct location. We can definitively know these things. And it's a controllable variable that we can help athletes, that we can use to help athletes to perform to their maximum performance potential when it matters the most. So the final note here is that having a holistic season-long ski tuning plan will really help to eliminate equipment setup variables or equipment performance variables from impacting how the athlete performs throughout the season. So before we let you loose into the video library, I just want to thank you for taking the time for watching this video and the others that you find beneficial and helpful to answer questions regarding equipment. And just on behalf of the entire SVSEF organization, it's really exciting to provide these educational tools to athletes and families. And hopefully there's some really good conversations and learning that come out of these videos, and let's go skiing.